Here we go, Pokemon Stadium 2, a more familiar setting for the Switch fans out there.
Yeah, so what's actually funny about this is that John has actually talked to people before, says like, yo, you want a gentleman's to Xeno's rule set? And they use Xeno's rule set instead for like the stage striking, so that's why we might be seeing PS2 coming out.
I like PS2. I think this is the new Smashville or your new Battlefield for Melee. Like, this is the stage that we are going to see the majority of your competitive games played on.
Yeah, and this is going to be a best 3 of 5 set in top 16. This is game 1, 0-0.
All right, coming back, numbers. Oh, I thought he was going to get up early. I was waiting for it. Usually Palutena wants to find stages that don't have platforms. She doesn't get a lot of like step ladder or juggle combos based off of them, whereas someone like Inkling might get a bit more. And Palutena punishes landings from very far away with those explosive flames.
Yeah, another thing that could actually be a thing for Nairo is that he wants platforms based solely on the fact that it gives him the ability to avoid roller, like allows him to be able to dance around him. So that could be like a reason why he just agreed to it.
I am not in the roller camp, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that move is terrible.
I agree.
I think every time someone uses it, they should be punished.
You're going to see it a lot from John. That's like John's MO.
It's just like the slowest version of Sonic Dash. Just hit it.
And Explosive Flame, being just a very strong projectile, is going to send John away from his first stock.
Second stock not starting off well, hasn't answered. Yeah, finally getting some damage off. Imprint starts at 15% for John. Again, stop with the roller. It's not going to work.
I mean, it's been working at his locals, but like I said, this is not a local level.
It's
you're fighting against Nairo.
Nairo's second-ranked Wii U player of all time.
Of all time.
Brawl, people like to argue. I think he's the best Brawl player ever. Maybe
I believe that.
Maybe I'm jumping too far ahead, but going into this game, we haven't seen Nairo play competitively a lot. We don't have the same information we have on John Numbers or Tweak or Shoyo James. Nairo's been kind of in his den, playing the game at home, racking up those Twitch subs.
Just like John's going to be able to rack up that kill. Like, you saw him get that back air against someone on that recovery.
That was a good try on the segue.
Yeah, no, it was okay. I was like, oh, he got the kill. Let's see how we can go.
Nairo going real deep for that explosive flame. Numbers fights down the neutral, techs the throw, and Nairo still with a 78% lead. Oh man, that is something that people are going to have to get used to. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything. That's just like that weird paint spray. Then you try to get in there and you're just kind of stuttered.
Yeah, it drives a lot of people bonkers because they try to get in there and then there's just the splatter shot just pushing you back. And also it adds that defense down debuff on top of it. Like, it can go up to a max of 1.5 times damage. Numbers likes to capitalize on that once you fill him with ink.
Speaking of Numbers, do you think he is one of the players that might have utilized the dash attack cancel? Or do you think no one in this room has it down?
I know for a fact John does not have it down. But hey, he got the roller, but good mashout coming out from Nairo. But yeah, Numbers would not have that down yet.
Nairo actually with a deficit about 23%. As, again, John barely dodging that explosive flame off the ledge.
Oh, unsafe roller like you've been claiming. Gets the punish. Was that a footstool?
He was going real deep for it. Nairo controls the neutral again. Numbers trying to find back on stage. That was a beautiful fair getting him out of danger.
And just kicks him away. And here we go. They're playing the footsies game, but Nairo lands the first hit. Try to connect that into an up air.
That was very unsafe going for that down air.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like that's what Nairo's specialty is.
Chill.
I like to
All right, we are back, guys. So sorry about that.
Is game one NYX?
No, they're actually, John just mentioned, they're actually going to go back to the same states, try to match the same percents in stocks and just go from there.
The moves get stale, though. That's very strange.
I know, yeah. But I guess that's what they want, so.
If the players agree to it, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Usually it comes down to the person in the lead wanting that to happen. The person who's losing is like, we should restart as per the rules. Check the rule book. And then they get the manual out, and they push the glasses up, and then they have to say actually 3 or 4 times.
But a lot of it is definitely, it depends. There's a lot that can happen in those first 2 minutes. So if you actually do end up redoing the entire game, it's like, okay, well, we already downloaded each other a little bit, so it's kind of like a friendly. So it's always like a strange situation when something like that happens. It's like, how do you deal with it? So John and Nairo are just going to try to go back to basics with, like, I don't remember what the percents were. I think John had 1 stock. Nairo was still on his 2 stocks of high percent.
He was very, very high percent, considering we saw Nairo repeatedly getting knocked off the level and coming back. He must have been at 180 at that point.
Yeah, the numbers were dark red. Yeah, so we're going to do a lot of pummels just to try to like make the damage as fresh as possible when we jump into this game. It's kind of a cute way to get back into it.
It looks like 34% is what they agreed on for numbers. Nairo has to be somewhere in the 170, 180 range. We couldn't actually see it. The stream computer had some technical issues. We were then commentating in the arena based off the sound, but then the whole thing went down and the players had to restart the game. So now we're just
Yo, this is looking like a great model for Palu when you think about it. Like, this is just Nickelodeon little model coming out. Okay, trying to rack up that percent. I don't remember what the percent was, but I guess we're...
Well, we saw Nairo around 150 before the screen went dark. And he got sent off the level twice afterwards.
Was he at like 1... What percent was he at?
Oh my god. Is this for
What?
real? What? The still? What?
What?
Were they messing with us? Were they?
I think they're discussing right now what percent Nairo was at.
This is very unorthodox, and I don't think you're going to see something like this again.
No, yeah, this is a... I guarantee you this is definitely like a John Numbers thing, wanting to like push for this. John Numbers, you know, known for his Smash Boards handle, but with John 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. What?
What? Are we just going to play? All
Wait,
that
they're
work?
just playing?
All that work? He could,
Okay, cool. We're doing one stock apparently.
he could have just threw him off the level to begin with. Okay, Nairo with a 27% lead. Neutral doesn't really belong to anyone. Final stock of game number 1. This is a best of 3. Sorry about the overlay. We're getting that fixed right now.
Yo, what a zany game. That's all I can say. The longest game we probably had today. All right, here we go.
Numbers fighting back inside the neutral and actually regains control, but Nairo very risky going for the up B teleport past Inkling, considering Inkling's speed, especially with that dash grab, man. Like, what a monster.
Yeah, and it's really brave of Nairo to try to like go off there and try to get that spike on the super jump. It's a really hard move to time because there's a lot of iframes involved in that when he tries to like re-grab the ledge.
Like you said, Nairo loves to go for risky, maybe unorthodox plays. Landing down there with Palutena is not something we usually see. A very rare ledge trump and an opportunity for an X-Star. Smacked!
He is gone. Like, he literally, that was just Nairo just fiending the entire time, wanting that down air, and he finally got on the very last try, catching the super jump. As you know, we got Nairo taking away game number 1. And once again, a very unorthodox game.
Back to PS2.
Right back. I mean, we saw him counter-picking with the music. That's one of the cool things about this game is that you can actually pick the songs individually, you know, get that little level up.
So you're from New York, right?
Yeah.
What does cool mean in New York? Because we must use it differently in New Jersey based on that statement. Game number 2, Nairo up 1-0, and we'll start off strong, 12%.
Yeah, I mean, just open up the game immediately with the neutral air. Neutral being a really good tool for Palutena allows him to combo the opponent for a very long time with the low percents. Combos it into up air as well as it being a kill move later on. Already putting numbers at 73%. It keeps going! How long is this?
Homing attack gonna find it. Neutral belongs to numbers. Let's see what he can do. No, that wasn't it, son!
He whiffed the punish.
Oh man, Nairo getting an early stock, 18% down. He's gonna lap him real early. Oh no, numbers, what are you doing?
Okay, he saved his jump at least, even though he got whipped air dodge off stage. He might be a little bit flustered.
Numbers. Oh, he gets reflected.
From behind, even. Saw the spike grenade come. I mean, it's a good tool for an Inkling's kit, so whenever you have the opportunity to just be able to reflect that right back at him.
I'm not sure how Numbers actually missed that nair before. Nairo sneaks in the back air. Explosive flame doesn't land. Yeah, gets the 2-frame.
Nairo is playing a lot safer this time around with the down tilt. He has a stock lead, so there's no reason for him to go off stage. But as I say that...
He's nuts. He's out of his mind. Well, what is down there for you? He's got 45% on his first stock in Numbers. I mean, he's leaning towards the end of his second.
He is playing extremely greedy by going down there so deep, just trying to end the stock and try to get like a 2-stock lead against him.
Edge cancel teleport as you see Palutena land and regain control of the neutral. Again, she was looking for a big hit there. Roller finally connects and John Number does find the first stock, but 120% imprinted. Nairo's not going to need to do very much to end the second stock.
Out of all the times that John went for the roller, the splat roller, he finally managed to land and he finally got a kill off of it. So, I mean, at first you don't succeed, I guess maybe try it on the 12th try.
Here we go. Numbers had another opportunity for a big hit. He gets 30% off the throw, but unfortunately loses control of the neutral, and that's where Nairo plays his best game.
Yeah, Nairo's doing a phenomenal job with these back airs, just applying shield pressure towards John, trying to get the knockback as well, but he's going to go for the auto reticle, might as well just trade it.
And he's got to be careful about, trading right now. Nairo doesn't want to trade anymore. That's what he's looking for. when the percents are high for Inkling, she doesn't care anymore about taking these little hits, the auto reticle, nairs, things like that. He's looking specifically to trade that percent out. Nairo, I don't think that would have killed, actually.
At 12%, it seemed pretty unlikely.
Falling up air into neutral air pressure on the platform.
Yeah, you gotta get away from that platform. Managed to tack on some ink towards his opponent. Respecting the back air this time. He notices that Nairo, he's been getting hit by that back air a little bit too much.
That ink is starting to wear off. Numbers not really utilizing the damage boost.
Yeah, definitely didn't capitalize on the situation. Now he has to go back to square one, try to get this pummel.
Great spacing by Nairo as he continues to rack up that small percent. Reflection keeps him safe once again.
Gets caught by the Randy forward smash on the platform, calling him out.
You know what's weird too is I'm assuming that Nairo is tilt sticking, as most players have switched to tilt stick in this game. So you can't even say that was meant to be a drop forward air because you have to input differently now. So he meant to do this random forward smash, which really showed. Oh, what?
What? Wait. That was.
It up a little bit.
That was super jump.
That's not how
the
this
ink
game
coming
works.
out from behind, knocking Nairo and stage spiking him.
That move doesn't kill people.
There was no way John did that on purpose. He was just trying to get back to stage like, I'll take it.
I bet he's giggling about it though.
Oh, 100%.
True numbers fashion.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I knew it could happen.
But you know what? Nairo knows that up air is going to connect, taking away that set 2-0.
You're not going to see another set like that today.
No, I hope not.
That was a very individual set.
But yeah, we got John going down to the loser's side, Nairo moving on, and I think he's going to be facing off against Tweak in winners semis. That is
Tweak's behind us, like being kind of creepy.
he's trying to download the data. He's watching.
No, not right now.